which means we're here now. Hi, we're here.
Hello.
Whoa.
8 minutes before 8 o'clock today, folks. We're getting better.
We are getting a little better.
We're just doing it.
We're doing it, kind of.
It's the chicken team.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, welcome to the Elyssia chicken team game stream. We're here with Sentinel, Jamie, and Arby. Not Darby, Arby.
I am other me.
He's other Darby.
I'm other me.
If you watched
Other
2 episodes
Darby.
ago, you'd know about.
I don't remember what happened last week, so I don't
check it
know
out.
what
You
happened
guys-
with my own conscience.
Well, that's
I was on tour, so
okay.
I was doing tours.
I'm gonna recap last week and probably a little bit of the week before too, just to set the stage for what's going on right now. And to I guess reiterate, I will be doing the recaps for the previous episode. So the next group won't be lost at what you guys did, and you won't be lost at what the other group does until you reconjoin in the next, few episodes. We'll see how long this goes. Depends on how
It's a
long.
One Piece time skip.
Yeah, One Piece.
One Piece time skip.
The One Piece is real.
I don't know. I don't watch anything One Piece. I've never
Never.
read the manga.
I
I've
have
never watched
attempted to
anime,
watch One Piece.
but
got a
everyone
good,
references the time skip, and I'm just kind of like, cool.
I got a good 40 episodes
It's
into
a
One Piece
big
and dropped it.
deal.
And,
It's the
not
show,
That's what
and
I've heard.
everyone should feel about it.
apparently, it's
amazing.
amazing. Yeah, I've heard from everyone who loves
I-
it that it's amazing, and that's great.
I tell everybody
it's such
this.
an investment.
Did you know there's a
It
One
is the
Piece
best
TCG?
show.
Yes.
There's a what? A
Yes.
One Piece?
There's a One Piece TCG we had a game
There-
for yesterday.
Yeah,
and
there's
they
a
had,
TCG for every big anime. There's
yeah,
a
they
Naruto
had
one.
like
There's
One
a
Piece
Dragon
like
Ball.
two starter decks for it. And I was like, damn. I mean, I get it. It's
Yeah, no, it
makes sense.
was actually like the main backdrop of Gen Con this year was the
Wow.
One Piece
Interesting.
card game. It was like all over. It is the anime. It has kind of
It does have
eclipsed
a little bit of
Dragon Ball
everything,
Z
honestly.
as like the anime that's like the main one. But I will say this: it is the best show every time I watch it because I take breaks, a thousand
It's
plus
a
episodes.
lot
I'm not
of
watching it
episodes,
all day.
Can't quite
And
be
every time I come back to it, I say to myself, "Dang, this really is very good." It's very anime. So if you're not into that style, then you're not gonna enjoy it. But it's very good, and I tell everybody it's the best show that you should not start. It's
You gotta have
so
a
good.
lot of
There's
time.
over 1,800 episodes. Do not watch it.
At
If you haven't
So
already.
22 minutes a piece, I think, is how long most anime are.
Yeah.
24 minutes. Ooh.
I think of One Piece like how my friends think of cigarettes. At this point, they're gonna be doing this thing
Yeah.
forever. They've decided that, and so they have opinions on which ones are good and which ones are bad, and which things you should try and where you should start. But they'll always tell you, "Don't start if you haven't already done it. Don't
Unless
start.
you
It's
are
not good for you."
100% dedicated to it, do not
Didn't-
start.
Did the author or the mangaka say that he's entered the final arc? I mean,
Yes, he said
mangaka said
we're
they've
we're
entered
approaching
the
the
final arc
end.
of their series all the time. That means it's going to run for 50 more years.
Yes.
But did he say he's in
Yeah,
the
Yes,
final arc?
we
of
are
One Piece?
approaching the end of one. I think they're currently in the
Yeah,
arc right now. They're
approaching.
gonna finish that one, and then the next arc is the last arc, is what he said.
Ooh.
However
I heard
long
the
that
exact-
takes is up to
That's
him.
why.
But that is
Yeah,
what
I heard
remember
the-
hearing
I mean-
about it.
Exact opposite. What I was told is that after they finish wrapping up, that all of the things we've watched up until this point is the prequel, is what I heard.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
that's what
looking
happened
at,
with
what
Kingdom Hearts.
Naruto's done, where you had Naruto and then you had Shippuden, and then it was and now we have Boruto, which has just turned into Naruto 3 at this point.
It's like,
So
yep,
I
here
don't
you
watch
go.
Naruto either, but it just
Oh,
in
I did.
general.
Shippuden's
I-
another. I
so-
tried to get through that one too, but another one. I got
Sam
50
watched,
episodes in and went, I can't get
all
it.
of it.
I can't
And
get
yeah,
through it.
I have trouble getting into shonen battle shows now. It just, I don't know. They just don't do it.
Fair
for me
enough.
anymore. I
Fair
can
enough.
watch
It's a
the
very
classics.
specific medium.
Yeah, I can hit Dragon Ball Z every once in a while, and because I have that nostalgia for that. But when a new one comes out and people rave on it, I'm just I have such a hard time now.
I felt that way about Demon Hunter.
Demon Slayer.
Slayer, yeah. See, I was like,
Same. Sam
I
and I
was
tried
like,
watching Demon Slayer
yeah.
3 times. We get 4 episodes in, we're fuck this. This is stupid.
yeah, I'm kind of done. I watched the
did you
movie
do-
because my friends are super into that kind of stuff. I was just kind of bored.
Man.
So I was like, all right, I'm
Well,
out.
too, like it's a movie that takes place after the first season. So if you didn't watch all of the first season and you watch
Yeah.
the movie, I'd probably be like, I don't know what's happening right now. Jujutsu
There-
Kaisen was
there-
another one. I tried watching like
I
an
actually like
episode of
Jujutsu
that.
Kaisen.
You like that one?
I like that one. That one was a little, but again, I'm into shonen
Sure.
like battle shows, so I'm like, I can make it happen.
I don't hate
If one
it.
does something particularly special, I could get into it. Like I haven't watched Chainsaw Man, but I've heard Chainsaw Man's pretty good. I don't know if that's really shonen
I
though.
watched Chainsaw Man, but I couldn't really get into
Couldn't
it.
get into it. It's very, very and like I know the people who love it. It's very anime though. Like if you can't like get like and to break that barrier of Chainsaw Man, you just don't like Chainsaw Man. Is from my understanding.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're doing 2 more minutes of 2 more minutes of.
Welcome to the
Elyssia
anime.
Uh,
Where Nick paints figures and Matt Allen and I talk about anime for like 2 hours.
and I'm
This
just
is
the
what
part
right
I
here
know.
because I know anime, but I've not watched anything recent at all.
It's okay.
Last thing I watched
Honestly,
was JoJo's Part 5, and I didn't even
Yeah.
finish it.
I have a subscription to Crunchyroll,
Which I do
and
love
we
JoJo.
don't use it. Like we watched Spy Family. I love Spy Family. I love the manga.
I like
The
Spy
anime's-
Family. Spy
The
Family's dope.
anime was good, not as good as the manga, but like so much just crap comes out. Like I'm just like scrolling through Crunchyroll. I'm bored one day. And I'm just like, I'm gonna see what's on Crunchyroll, and it's like 50 shows that are some variation of I died and was reincarnated as like a fucking
Isekai is the big thing.
yeah,
right
the
now.
Isekai series, and
It's
I'm just
all
like,
over the place.
this is the one where I got reincarnated as a vending
It's
machine.
like all
which
based
I
off
watched the
visual
first
novels
episode
too.
of.
Is the worst
Yeah.
part. And like,
Yeah.
Well, the
Yeah,
visual
vending
novels aren't as
machine.
prevalent as they used to be, but it's the Isekai ones that
there's
are just
so
all
many
over the
light
place.
novel animes coming out constantly.
Yeah,
and
so
stuff,
many
and
light
it's
novels,
like,
and they're all the
please.
same. And
all the same premise.
I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to get in the light novels. Like I like manga. I've tried to get in the light novels, and they are awful. It's just hot take. Light novels suck. They're terribly written. I don't know if it's a translation issue or if they're just badly written. I'm gonna go with they're badly written, but it's like the worst thing ever. There's literally like 3 I've read where I'm like, this is decent. Like I can read this. Most of them are just horrible. And they don't make great anime either because the plots are all the same. There's my hot take.
There you go. Tell the
Talk
people,
about me
Ethan.
on Threads, please. Tell me I'm a noob or whatever you want to tell me. I'm on Threads, please.
People even
So,
use
yeah.
Threads? I thought it died already.
I think it has.
Drag his ass on Threads.
Yeah, drag
Beat 'em
drag
up
my
on
ass
X.
Threads.
Or Twitter.
what's
What
gonna
are we
revive
calling it? Are we still
Threads.
calling it Twitter? Are we calling it X? No one knows. We're
The
still
other
figuring
formerly
that out.
known as Twitter is what
Okay.
I've been calling
The other
it.
hot-
The website formerly known as, that's a good one. That's good.
the website formerly known as Twitter.
Like, I don't
It has,
know.
it has a little symbol and everything.
Yeah.
Elon Musk has
crazy
made the
article.
branding, the number one branding say you don't change the name of your company when it's been that
Yeah.
name unless
Forever.
And
Unless-
literally, there's a verb for what you do
Yeah,
on there.
tweeting.
Like you tweet. Like
the only
Yeah.
time a company has changed their name, I'm sure there are more examples, but the only one I can think of, and it's kind of worked, is Comcast to Xfinity. And that's only because
Yeah.
the Comcast name had
Was
such a
bad.
negative connotation they had to.
Yeah, and Enron. Enron
What is
changed
Enron
their
now?
name. No one knows,
No
and
one
they
knows,
did that on
right.
purpose, so you couldn't find them.
Enron.
And
This
what's
stream
going
is
on?
brought to you by the company formerly known as Enron.
Hey, you want
Whatever
to
they
you want
are.
to know how old I am? I'm old enough to make an Enron reference and know what I'm talking about.
I was in high school. We watched a documentary on Enron in a fucking economics
Yeah.
class, just to let you know how old that is.
Yeah,
Hey,
like you guys,
Enron.
you kids don't. If you're on Twitch, you have no idea what I'm talking about.
You
Yeah,
are
it's
correct.
true.
You are very correct. I have no idea what this conversation
So-
is
Nope.
about.
Brendan, I will
Yo,
school you on
Ethan.
Enron after the stream then. All I can say is Enron, like, single-handedly changed the face of, like, how companies had to report finances and, like, their
Yes.
transparency, because basically they cooked to the books to make themselves look super
Yeah.
profitable, and then they were like, we have no money, and all their investors lost their shirts.
It was
Got
crazy.
deal.
There's a movie. There's a Jim Carrey movie
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Fun with Dick
Fun
and
with
Jane
Dick and
that's
Jane.
about that.
Yeah, it's huge.
There's a whole big joke at the end about how he works at, like, the last thing he says is, "Oh, I got a new job." And he's like, "Oh, where at?" And he's like, "Oh, I got a job at Enron." And that's the big joke, because literally
That's the big joke of the whole movie.
And
He worked
all
at
of you guys would not know what that is.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, I was.
It is.
Be
It
like,
is hilarious how like those events and stuff just get lost to like time and whatnot. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Like,
when I was
that's
in
such an
high school,
iconic joke for that.
any
Yeah.
economics class I took in high school or early college, like we talked about Enron and like how fucked up Enron was.
Regularly.
Enron, baby. I mean, like the Simpsons joked about it, Family Guy, everyone joked about Enron at the time.
And now you don't even know who these people are.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
well, let's get into it.
Yeah, now we're officially over 8 o'clock, which is normal for
8:03.
us,
We're 3
but
minutes
we got
past
to
our
talk about
normal
we got to
time.
school
We're on
the younger
time.
folk about Enron. So
Yes.
you're welcome.
That's
for that.
always my goal, is to get us to start at 8.
At 8.
No matter when people get in.
I just want, like, when we're all done with this campaign, I'm just gonna write down all of the topics that we've covered in these banters at the beginning of the streams.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
And I'm like, it's got to be all over the place.
Oh,
I mean,
There's
yeah.
no correlation to any of
I'm
this.
sure you can follow some current events and like current history based on our 2-year stream,
Yes.
over 2 years stream here, just on our stupid conversations at the start of our campaign. So,
It's great. Love it.
anyways, I'm gonna get some music going, and hopefully our dumb bot is working today.
Otherwise, I'll go grab more. I don't know,
Yeah,
Divinity or
More
something.
Doom soundtrack.
Doom soundtrack.
We
That's
Yeah,
what we
did
had
some
last
Doom.
week.
Yeah, we did some Doom
was-
last week.
We're gonna.
because-
And then
because
love
I cut the Doom just
Doom.
in case, because I couldn't find any confirmation, but it ended up being fine.
Good.
And I just transitioned over to.
Oh, also, we haven't
Divinity
talked
again.
about this yet, but I just want to let everybody know
Audio
that
stuff.
I will be implementing a folding chair at some point to battle.
Okay.
So just know,
Folding chair.
Oh my god, it's a chair!
I mean, I did
just
finally
know
get to
that
use the spell like that
Jamie
for a while
is-
last time too. Which is fun.
Jamie is using a fold job. I don't know how I'm gonna make it happen,
I love it.
but I'm working on it.
First, yes, he invent the folding chair, and
Yes.
then
And
Yep.
then he will.
And he
bring
will.
it out.
I don't think it will affect the two of you. It'll obviously affect you, Brendan, too, before we get started. The 4th is Labor Day. I think that's the other group that will be going, if assuming we're still in that mess, but I'll be on vacation, so we are definitely not playing. So just as a
Okay.
heads up to you, too.
Good to know.
All right, now that our audience is
All
also keenly aware of that for the second time, I'll go ahead and give us a quick recap. So, as a reminder to everyone, the party is currently split to do 2 different tasks. We have a castle team that we've dubbed and a chicken team, as we dubbed. The castle team has opted to explore the Vanatirian castle at Pragla after reports of undead rising in the castle happened. That consists of Azriel, Ruma, and Darby. Not to be
Darby.
confused with Arby,
Yeah, with
who's
me, not other
actually
me.
Cyrano, the other Darby that Lilith brought in and reconjoined their consciousness because, you know, I can't not have my streamer playing. So that's how we got around that. But our lovely chicken team here consists of Jamie, Sentinel, and Arby, the Cyrano version of Darby that shares all of Darby's consciousness and knows what's going on. So there you guys go. For those who were unaware, to remind as well, Cyrano, or excuse me, Arby, which I did not come up with a name of. That was
No, we
named
came up with
gifted
that
to
one.
them by
Yeah.
Darby, Asriel, and Ruma. He's all messed up. Gamar tortured him, so he's like missing fingers and has like an eye gone and like an eye patch. He's all like messed up. So he's all Jackie in terms of how he is. I'll be interested to see how you play this, Brendan. But
I don't know what I'm gonna. I have not thought beyond. This is what I'm doing. Like,
That's
I
okay.
don't actually have anything planned right now.
But anyways,
I'm gonna be winging
the party split, leaving 3 here, 3 there, with the chicken team heading off to a hill that is outside the city. Their goal is to speak to the Council of Chickens that Sentinel remembered. He now has his badge of being a guardian fowl, and he can commune with the Council of Chickens, which just so happens to have a hill by Pragla that he can communicate with them. That's what
Real
they call it.
quick, the Council of Chickens. These are real chickens.
You don't know that yet.
You don't know.
I have been. Well, I do remember being told that all chickens in Elyssia are sentient.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was taught that earlier on.
Yes.
So that's what Dr. Jamie Watts is assuming we're about to go into.
All we know.
And he feels very conflicted about eating chicken all of his life.
Yes. If I remember correctly, all we were told is there is a council of chickens, and the guardian fowls can contact it, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we don't know what the
that
council of chickens
says-
is. We know that we can probably summon a chicken army, and that's about the extent of our knowledge.
Yeah. That
Oh my-
we have to find a group of chickens, and they will help get in contact. Is what my note had been from when we talked originally with what's his
The
face?
guardian fowls.
Yeah, I have his
Yeah,
name.
I don't remember
Pray
the-
for.
Yeah, great one.
All right.
Ridiculous.
Yep. So that is what this party is going to go do.
We're gonna talk to some chickens.
You're gonna go talk to some chickens.
I love how the decision was to put me on the diplomacy mission, and I think that's great. I think that's really playing to Dr. Watson's
That was
strength.
more of a convenience. The fact that both of you were gone this session, this was decided. Because in my initial planned out notes, Jamie, Matt, I totally expected you to be on the other team.
Nope. I'm here to meet these
You're
chickens
here to meet the
and
chickens.
nothing more.
Um,
Show me the chickens, baby.
So to give this group and everyone else a recap of what happened last session, Azriel, Darby, and Ruma and Jayla, who they had met up with, as well as a bunch of the usual NPCs here in Pregla, headed to the castle, where they began to explore it. Where they found out that yes, undead are coming from the castle, and they're actually like spilling out of the castle, and the guards are like fighting them off. There's just bodies and viscera everywhere, just corpses scattered all around the place. Ruma determined that some people are actually having the skeletons rip out of their bodies, alien style, and leaving just like fleshy shells where their skeletons used to be. So there's some
fine.
pretty jacked up shit.
That'll
going
kill you.
Yeah.
That'll kill you.
That'll kill you.
That is my professional medical opinion.
Yeah.
So the party explored the
Usually.
castle. They did a lot of combat. They did a lot of, typical our campaign dungeon exploration kind of stuff. It ended, and two big things happened while they were exploring, besides the viscera and finding out some interesting things about the undead there. They determined that there is a door to the throne room that is currently locked, and there are 2 pressure points or 2 places that they need to activate to open that door. And when they knocked, no one answered. But there was weird chanting coming from the other side. They also encountered an undead that exploded and basically put everyone in a weird delirious state and made them lose an entire 24 hours in their exploration.
Interesting.
So, when they awoke, the siege of Pregla had begun, because they'd gotten a head start on it before by about a day. So they are now under the gun and wire. We're kind of stepping back in time a little bit for you guys, as you are not leaving when the siege starts, you're leaving the day before the siege starts. And I guess that is where we will pick up, Brendan, unless I missed something you think is important.
Really, the only other thing was Ruma also kind of noticed that the undead we were fighting in the castle seemed to be somewhat sentient and weren't just
Yes.
blindly running in against the big beef man in front, and were actually trying to go around and hit both me and Azriel,
Yes.
who were kind of staying more in the back doing our typical firing things from a distance ordeal.
So kind of an interesting point on the undead there. But
Anything else?
With
that's
that-
all I can think of.
we'll go ahead and get started. You guys are in Pregla. Jamie and Sentinel, you have, decided to be the ones to go to the hill and speak to the Council of Chickens, however you go about doing that.
Well, Sentinel has long been established as my number 2.
You know, maybe that's why you're
in a lot of.
maybe that's why you're.
And that's why I'm going with it. I guess I'm going with because we usually end up working on some sort of thing together, and I think Sentinel's lovely, naive optimism balances out my extreme skepticism to create one normal person.
There we go. We figured it out.
So as you guys are preparing to leave, you know, gathering up the necessary resources, whatever you may want or need for the, it's about a half day's journey to the hill and a half day's journey back. So you're gonna lose an entire day just for travel. But
is this hill located within the city limits?
No, it is not. It's outside the city.
Dang it! Well,
so no,
we're regular speed.
No, we won't get there half as fast.
Your double time ends at the city wall. The moment you step outside, you're like, I don't know where I am anymore.
I don't know what this is. This is a tree. I don't know why I'm here.
Those don't exist
As you
in the
guys
city.
are preparing to go, somebody with a very familiar voice calls your name, and you turn to see a Darby-ish figure with an eye patch, missing a few fingers, a little messed up, headed your way.
Do we know that Darby has been split?
I don't think so.
I think the party was there.
Was the whole party there?
When the reveal happened, I was also Cyrano. Yes, I believe everyone. Was
well, yes, they were aware you're Cyrano, but I believe just you, Ruma, and Azriel are aware.
Yeah, went into
that Lilith
door.
reconnected the two of
Yes.
you. So because you two had already started to prep to go to your thing. So
Yes.
no, you were not aware that this is also Darby.
Okay.
You just know that we went into the door, and that's it.
Yep.
I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, Darby is clearly injured. I'm gonna be like, what happened? Like, what's going on?
Long, very, very long story.
Why do you have? Who fixed you up, and why did they do such a crude job?
He's also missing an eye.
Yeah, I'm dying. See,
Well, no one particularly fixed me up, though. I guess they might think they did.
Clearly they did it. You look like hell. You look slapped together. I've seen stray cats that look better than you do right now.
Short story. Remember how I and Cyrano were two of the same person split in half?
I remember you saying that.
Okay. That's no longer the case. Now we're two separate people that are the same person. Which sounds the same, but is different, I swear.
I'm not following.
So
We have the same conscience now, but are two separate bodies. The Darby you know is probably still upstairs, talking to Lilith, I would assume. I mean, or talking to Gamar, since that was kind of our plan. The time works weird there, so it's hard to know really what's going on at that time. I am Cyrano, but not Cyrano. I am Darby, but this is Cyrano's body. Gamar wasn't too happy with it.
Okay, I'm ignoring that. Then if you're Cyrano, then that's what I was gonna call you Cyrano then.
I believe the big man likes to refer to me as Arby, but I don't know where that came from.
Fair enough. You seem like you have some meat, so we'll go with that.
I've got something, that's for sure.
If I recall my own dumb words, I believe Lilith described this entire process as her two children coming together and getting married.
beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds
What every parent wants.
something like that.
What every parent wants to see their two
Yo.
children get married.
Yeah, no.
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 So, you've now met.
All right.
Arby.
Well,
Though I don't suppose
Okay.
you can do anything about how horrible this is, can you?
well, can I do a medicine check? I mean, I know that it's like kind of like past the point because he was
Yeah.
tortured forever ago, but
Yeah, go ahead. Give me
Maybe
a
I
message
could
check.
do
You can kind
something to,
of
like-
ascertain exactly the extent of
Yeah.
these injuries.
Yeah, let's try that out. All right, here we go. The one thing I do. That's a 29.
After a quick and relatively invasive examination of Arby's body, Jamie, you can determine that he underwent some pretty heavy physical torture over the last couple months. The most obvious being he has no eye, multiple fingers are missing from both of his hands. Not enough that he can't hold a card, which is good still. Gamar wasn't going to completely neuter his tool, but partially neuter his tool. And I realize that's how I'm referring to it, not intentionally.
It's the Elyssia curse.
It's the Elyssia
It's the
stream, everyone.
Elyssia curse.
But anyways,
That's canon now. If I remember correctly, that's canon. That's Gamar's, like, that's not Gamar. What's his name's thing? Braska.
yeah,
He's
really,
just-
he loves referring to Wiener a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's infecting the world.
You know, maybe when we get rid of him, that'll go with it.
Probably
You
not.
never know.
I'm still running this game.
That's true.
The rest of the injuries that you kind of determined, Jamie, just from areas covered by clothes and stuff, is he's been poked multiple times with a burning hot rod. Some of his limbs have been broken, healed, then rebroken, then healed, then rebroken, and I could keep going on. And he's missing a few toes.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably whip you up some prosthetics for your fingers and your eyes and stuff like that, but I would need the components from other stuff that I've made up until this point. I don't think I'd be able to do that right now.
Well, we're also on a bit of a time limit here, both in
Yeah.
general and, according to Lilith, on one of our existences.
Yep. So
One of us will.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
die,
there's not a whole lot I could do right
Is
now,
all-
but
is all that's going to happen. So, while it would be nice if it's something immediate, if you don't, it's probably not worth investing the time. Unless I'm the
I
one
would
that
ha-
sticks around, in which case then we might want to work on that.
yep, sure, that makes sense, and I'm not gonna ask any more questions about it.
A lot of
motto
magic
of this
mumbo jumbo.
Game. Don't ask questions, just accept.
Yep, motto magic mumbo jumbo is quite literally correct.
Oh yeah.
So are you going
Well-
by Arby?
I guess. I mean, I'm still Darby mentally. We're the same person.
You're both Darby and Cyrano mentally now.
That's true. Actually, I am also Cyrano technically.
So like Darno.
Nope,
Tarno.
we're just calling you we're calling you Arby.
Whatever, I guess, is easiest. The other me is more keen on being called Darby, considering he was originally Darby.
You call him Arby because he's missing part of his person, so he's missing the D.
Ah.
Oh no!
Not at all the intention, but I actually did have that thought like 5 minutes ago of like, wait, I'm missing a lot of parts of me, so I RB is actually very fitting.
Arby. All right. So, are you guys ready to head out to the Grand Hill?
Let's do it.
I'm just gonna look at Sentinel and be like, so, do you have any idea what this council of like what
What's
is
even
that
going on
even
with
mean?
this?
No, I mean, you saw how just weird this all is, and you know, and when we're talking to a dead, the original Guardian Fowl, you know, I just you gotta trust him, I guess, you know. Not too many times you talk to
You
you. I mean, I think you do. He's dead. He's got no reason to.
Doesn't have a reason to lie. Doesn't mean he
dead people are
can't lie.
inherently trustworthy. I have a feeling that a lot of people with the beckoning might have some words about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't talked with an undead,
Guardian
you know.
Fowl.
So I guess we'll see. That would be really terrible if the beckoning reached some of our guardian foul friends. But yeah, I don't know how this is gonna go. He just kind of gave me 2 instructions, and hopefully we pass go and collect $200.
I would not mind collecting $200, though I doubt the Guardian Fowl Council will give us $200 just for
I
contacting
don't know what a
them.
dollar is.
It's a rule in guardian foul chess. When you pass go,
You get $200.
it's like the
There's a
big move that
trap.
you do.
Yeah, there's a track around the chessboard. Whenever one of your pieces
Yeah.
gets past the go space,
$200. It doesn't do anything. You just get it. It
Yeah.
just doesn't affect the game.
it's just there.
I'm sorry, it was a joke within guardian foul joke.
Yeah, no.
I actually know what a dollar is. It's something that Joel he says it's like gold. It's just made of paper.
Not
I don't really understand why.
Not as.
If gold is around, you just use gold. But like,
I mean, if rocks are around, you make
you can make Wrangle coin.
Wrangle coin.
I feel like it's like a dollar is like Drangle coin, as it's not real and it only matters if people believe that it matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're getting people to believe that it matters, slowly but surely.
Are we really though? I feel like
I mean,
are
you on board like Darby is?
I am Darby, so no, it's a scam.
Well, I don't believe the first part of that, but the second part of that is correct.
So, yeah. So you know about as much as I do, but I don't know. I got a good feeling about this. If we can get some people on our side, some chickens on our side, I think we'll do all right.
And the fact that the chickens have never intervened in beckonings up until this point isn't causing you pause at all.
Maybe they just don't. They're not aware of it, and someone's gotta tell them.
Like, correct on that if I could. And
Ooh.
before you is Nugs and Elise.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Oh, I like
Nugs.
Elise. Elise is my other number 2.
The chickens have a long-standing fight against undead during the beckonings. Yes, we have fought with them many times, so you cannot say that they didn't do anything. It's just been some time.
I mean, they are all kind of dead.
There you go, Dr. Watts.
It's hard for them to do anything when they're dead.
Beckonings before.
Who is we? Are you talking about guardian fowls? Or are you talking
the
about
Council of Chickens and the great houses that pertain to them. Have you not heard of the great houses of chickenkind?
No.
I don't think anyone has heard of that ever.
I don't think
Up until this
Sentinel has
point.
even heard of that.
Sentinel, are you aware of the great houses of chickenkind?
I am not. I only got a tutorial.
Can you talk to the Council of Chickens and not know who the great houses are? And they will be very offended.
Yes, Sentinel.
Yeah,
My goodness,
what's
the
wrong
great
with you,
houses.
Sentinel?
Clearly.
I apologize, Nugs.
Well, allow me to educate you then,
Please.
if you don't mind.
No, not at all.
Well, there are 5
Why not?
great
In
houses,
for a copper.
all of great importance, some more so than others, but still of great importance.
No,
First, there is House Cock. They are the oldest and most refined of the great chicken houses, so you best mind your manners when talking to them. I believe their current leader's name is Tyson. Next is House Hen, the next in line for chicken greatness. They occupy the northernmost peninsula here within Elyssia. I believe that their leader's name currently is Marie. Finally, there is House Rooster, a warlike and noble house of chickens, capable of taking on any feathered foe that may grace their way. They are led by the warlike, the brave, the powerful Sir Banquet. There's House Poultry, quite a small house, but do not let their meager name or meager status show you otherwise. They have a great ability to reason, which is greater than any strength, some might say. Their current leader is the wise and noble Purdue. And finally, there is House Bitty, a relatively new house. And they have a lot to prove, and they will be great fighters for you. Their leader's name is Roxy.
I was a doctor. Just want everyone. I just wanted to say that I is a doctor.
Not was, is. You are still a doctor.
I feel like I'm a crazy person. These are the house of chicken kind.
Yes, the 5 great houses of chicken kind. Put respect on their name.
Yeah.
They're the great
I was-
houses,
I
not
was-
the steady
I was-
houses.
I did a good job. I was stitching up people. I was fine. I was fine. All right, well, off to the chicken houses. Can't wait to talk to the House of Cock, was it?
House of Cock, House of Hen,
Mm.
House Rooster,
Mhm.
House Poultry, and
Mm.
House Biddy.
All right, Sentinel. Let's lead the way there, bud.
This is great.
Elise, are you...
Oh, literally,
Like,
I'm
it
just here
all-
because I don't believe any of this. I just want to see a bunch of chickens gather in one place. This is
Okay,
that. It's
well,
that, or I get to fight on the wall, and I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, understandable.
That makes sense. Okay, how are the rest of the kids doing, by the way?
They're hanging out. They're doing their thing. They're still doing cure stuff. They're doing high water things.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure because you're here. So.
And Joel dragged us here like, I don't know, like a week ago. So I haven't kind of been in touch.
Okay, well,
Franchising
that's-
for Pazos.
Yeah.
all right. Cool. Well, off to the hill.
The Great Chicken Hill to contact the Chicken
The
Council.
great chicken hill where the
Oh.
5 houses of chicken
Yes, the
kind.
Great Chicken Hill, in fact, has a name. It is Clucktree Hill.
Of course it has a name. Why would it not have a name?
It is the greatest of chicken hills. There are actually 7 chicken hills in all of Elyssia, but Clucktree Hill is the
I-
greatest of them.
How do I stop learning about the chicken community?
You don't. You've been part of this group. You must learn as much as you can about the chickens. While they may not aid us in battle, they're quite a stubborn bunch. Bullheaded, some may even say.
I'm still confused on why they let us eat them in such number.
Well, I learned this the hard way. Chickens don't really understand what ascending is. They believe it's entering a higher power,
Yeah.
and it's actually just being eaten by you folk. But it is considered a great honor.
So much of the world I've found since hanging out with these people thinks that the path to peace is being consumed. And I feel like someone needs to tell more people that's not how that works.
I've attempted to let them know, but they don't wish to hear it. They are too set in their ways.
Well,
They come from a long tradition of chickenhood.
Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
well, people standing to ridiculous dogma, even despite their own detriment, is something that I can also commiserate with you on, Nugs. So in that, we are alike.
Dr. Watts, if you would ever be interested, I would love to regale you on the history of all of chickenkind, from the dawn
no.
of Elyssia to the present day. All of the historical and economic increases and decreases, the
Economic?
Oh, no.
heroes and villains of their tales, and the rise and fall of great houses.
Oh, I very much not want to hear all that, but
Really, there's a
I know Sentinel would love it.
There's a 17-volume encyclopedia set all about it. You get one encyclopedia every month. Keep them all and live.
This sounds like a scam.
It's a very
I'm
lucrative-
gonna...
It's very
Uh,
important. The history of Elyssia follows parallel to the history of chickens. Without one, there would not be the other. And without the history of chickens, there would be no Elyssia. All of you would be nothing but tadpoles swimming in ponds without the history of chickens. The first of the great races to emerge from the primordial depths. You come from a long-standing heritage, Sentinel. You should be proud.
And Sentinel is just gonna be beaming, just arms crossed. Just,
Yeah. Look at me.
Yeah.
It is said,
So cool.
before we learned many of the truths about the goddess and kind of what was actually going on, but it is said that the goddess created chickens in her own image. which is a lie, but the chickens like to believe it, so we don't tell them otherwise.
A lot of people like to believe the
I
goddess.
feel like a lot of
things
people
there.
are finding that out.
Yeah.
That their long-standing beliefs are maybe just things people made up.
If it makes them happy, makes the chickens happy.
The chickens. Yep.
They're very happy.
Yep.
Very prosperous.
They clearly. Well,
Sentinel,
we're gonna
as you
see
are the-
more about it.
Yes, as you are the last remaining guardian fowl, Sentinel, please lead the way. It will be you who must commune with them, for as a departed guardian fowl, as you now know, I am incapable of doing it. I do not bear the title anymore.
Well, thank you. I guess let's get these chickens.
Let's go get a bunch of chickens.
Let's get these chickens.
It sounds more
Let's
ridiculous
get
to say it out
Yeah,
loud,
12-piece bucket, everyone.
It's time.
but gotta go summon the
Alright,
chicken army.
With Nugs and Elise, the party heads out for One Cluck Hill.
Yes.
Sight, or Cluck Tree Hill, excuse me.
Cluck
said
Tree
One
Hill.
One Tree Hill. Yes, that is the joke. That is the joke,
Yeah.
everyone. I've spoiled the joke. So you leave Castle, or Pragla, not Castle, Pragla, because you're not there, but you leave
No, we're
Pragla,
not there.
and the guard, obviously, there's really no one at the gates right now. They've shut the gates. There are people outside wanting to get into the city. They can't get into the city because they've kind of just went to, like, oh shit mode right now. Like, we got told this undead army is invading in 3 days. We're trying to figure our stuff out. The other parties deal.
They're not letting people inside?
They're not right now. They have shut the gates.
That's
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, Jamie, because the two of you were not, I think, here when they were having these conversations. Their main army was sent to Dorder, so right now there's like 200 militia here in the city to defend it. There's literally no one to defend this city. So right now, it is a mass panic, like, oh crap, bad stuff's happening, there's really no leadership, it is falling apart at the seams. It's held together with duct tape and gum.
damn. I'm gonna tell people. Is there like a sneaky way inside the city that people might not know about that I could whisper and be like, "Hey"? Like-
There are probably ways to get into the city, underhandedly. A large number of them attempting to do it would most likely not work. So unless you see some
there's
very
that-
particular families or people that you're like, I need to save these people, telling a mass group of people ways to get into the city will most likely not help.
Because there's some through like the mob that we've kind of taken over that they had ways of like smuggling things in.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, Jamie's Cure obviously has connections between Highwater, Pragla, and Igarith, being the 3 major cities in the Vanatiran Peninsula. They could probably smuggle people into the city, but considering you only have like 2.5 days and it's a large number of people, it would be a very select few that can make it through.
I just feel bad that these people are sitting outside of one of the only sources of like a structure with like a undead army coming in. I'm confused on why they don't let people inside.
Call it a lack of leadership right now.
Well, we'll have to get back here in time to let people in, I guess. Like, I mean, like we can't have them outside when the zombies there. They'll just get slaughtered. Their spines might get ripped out. Other things that we have no way of knowing about. Hopefully we get back in time.
Alright, you guys head east. Which, if I go to our Vanatirian map real quick here, I can indicate where this hill is. Which I don't think I actually put the hill on the map, but so here's Pragla.
Mm-hmm.
So this hill is like right around here.
Oh yes, because east is this way.
Yes, east is west and west is east on this map.
No, we're going west.
West.
Least.
It is a hill that is noticeable from the city. So as you leave, it's not like you have to go hunting for it. You can kind of see it. It's a relatively steep hill. It's probably on that borderline from being mountain to hill, so it will require a bit of trekking from the party, but it's not also going to need any sort of climbing gear or any like intense mountain climbing to get on top of it. It'll just take a little bit of time. So you begin making your way to Clock Tree Hill. You notice at the top of the hill, there seems to be a lone, like leafy tree, not like a pine tree, but like a tree with branches that hang over and stuff like that. Maybe like an oak or something along those lines. And as you near it, you know, this tree becomes more and more visible, and you can see how large it is. You know, obviously you could see it from a distance, and it wasn't a blob. You could make out that it was a green leafy tree. So this is a massive piece of wood, essentially. And you guys will climb the tree.
Tree climbing.
Yep, tree climbing time. So you guys begin making your way up Clock Tree Hill. And Nugs and Elise have joined you. And you near this tree, you do realize how enormous it is. It is probably the largest tree you've ever seen. Just towering over you guys in its grand might. The branches and leaves extend outwards enough that it actually creates like a dome of shade around the top of the hill and extends like the whole top of the hill. So the moment you kind of get to that area where it starts leveling out, you are in a very dark piece of shade. And Sentinel, you see a horn that is stuck into the base of the tree that goes right through it. So like the blowhole of the horn is on one end, and then the basin of the horn through the tree is on the other. Elise, Jamie, and Darby do not see this, but Nugs does, but says nothing about it.
A big tree.
I guess I'll walk in and look back at Nugs, trying to see if there was any sort of acknowledgement.
She just kind of is standing there, and she just nods her head.
And so I, a little bit nervously, but in my last few steps, take some confident steps towards the horn, and hopefully this isn't a sword and stone situation, and try to pull up on this horn.
You attempt to pull the horn.
Yeah.
It does not move at all. It is firmly rooted in the tree. It actually may be part of the tree.
Interesting.
For Darby or Arby and Dr. Watts, you're just kind of watching Sentinel over by this tree, just like pawing at air right now. Just you don't see anything. It just looks like a big tree, guys.
Okay.
None over there, Sentinel?
Is like the mouthpiece available?
Yeah,
Like-
so the horn is set into the middle of the tree with the mouthpiece sticking out one end and like the opening for the horn on the other end. So it goes straight
okay.
through.
So I don't necessarily have to pull this thing out. Okay. Yeah. So then I'll go over to it and I will attempt to make some sort of noise out of it. Either I'll attempt to blow first.
All right. The rest of you watch as Sentinel kind of examines nothing. Not even the trunk, just nothing. The area like a foot away from the trunk. And you see him kind of position himself, lurch his neck forward, open his beak, and cup onto an end of some kind, and blow. And out from his blowing, yes, Dr. Watts.
This is just a Matt. Sentinel's body anatomy amazes me.
Yes.
He has a beak and he can play. He can blow a horn.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can't do. His anatomy is constantly shifting.
Yep.
As long as it
It's a semi-hard beak. It can still, it can smile.
It's a chicken. It is
Yeah.
a chicken mouthpiece designed.
He's got
for-
hands sometimes. He's got feathers other times. Sometimes he's got a full body. Sometimes he's just like a little thing. It's never not a fun time.
Good.
it fits whatever it needs to do.
does.
Set those bodies whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, it's whatever it needs to be in the moment.
He's like a ferret. They're just like constantly able to be morphed into different areas and for things. Sentinel, you blow with your great chicken lungs, and the rest of you hear a loud from just out of nowhere. I don't know if my cawing actually came onto the microphone,
a little bit.
But good. And it just radiates out. It is incredibly loud. This cawing. It almost seems to shake the entire hill. And Sentinel, you pull back from the horn, and nothing has necessarily seemed to happen in the immediate blowing of it. But Nugs stands there, nods her head again, and says, "You have blown it, and they will come."
And
God damn it, Matt, why'd you laugh?
How long is this gonna take, Nugs? Be on the time crunch.
It could be 7 hours before the chickens come.
It's a good rule of thumb to live by.
Yeah.
I'm 14. Okay.
So
There's some
Nugs'
sort of
words, the chickens
horizon.
will come eventually. They will arrive on the hill.
Okay.
All over the hill.
All over the hill.
They'll come all over. There's a bunch of. Oh. All right.
I guess I will kind of just take rest at the top of the hill and just wait, looking out to the horizon to see if I can see.
You guys set up a little camp.
We didn't see the horn, right?
The only ones who could see the horn were Sentinel and Nugs, technically.
We heard the noise.
You did hear the cacaw.
So I'm gonna go by where that is. I'm gonna be like, is there a hole? We don't see anything. It's just
It just looks like a tree to you.
I want to go over to where Sentinel was at and see if I can touch it. Is it invisible or is it not there?
It is seemingly not there. You kind of rub your hand all around the tree, the area where you saw him place his beak on something, and there is nothing there.
That's so odd. Magic stuff. Okay.
That is the great chicken magic for you there. The ultimate deceptors.
So chickens have
don't doubt that,
magic
actually.
as well
Yes,
as
of course.
sentience.
Yes.
I mean, I have magic.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
great chicken
Yeah,
wizard.
but you're not a chicken, Sentinel. You're a guardian fowl. That was made very clear to me.
That is
But
true.
similar. We're similar families.
I am now just so enamored with what's going on right now. Chicken society, chicken magic, clearly an evolved form of chickens being you. I don't know. I everything I thought I knew is different now.
Well, Jamie, as you continue to wonder and you express your wonderment, you see a lone chicken just fly in and land on the hill. It kind of looks around and begins fucking at the ground. There's one.
I'm gonna look very excited at Nugs and be like, "Is this the start?"
Oh, he is the first to arrive, but there will be many more. This entire hill will be filled with chickens before you know it. From the base to the peak. Littered with chickens. There'll be more than you could ever imagine. The mountain or the hill will appear as if it is covered with snow.
Where do they come from?
All over. You have summoned the Council of Chickens. They will fly in from all of Elyssia. Look, there's one now. And you see 3 or 4 more land.
I'm just gonna
This is
put my
actually quite
wings
impressive.
out.
Should
see
we
if
move?
Wait, what'd you say, Matt?
Should we move? Should we physically move out the way?
No, they will make room for you. You have summoned them. I mean, if you'd like
Okay.
to, you can. As you guys continue to talk, just more birds begin flying in. I mean, it started as 1, then 4, now there's 10. 30 minutes later, there's 50.
So are any of these the house leaders, or are these just
No,
Chickens?
these are all just chickens who were close by. who heard
Okay.
the caw and have made their way to the hill.
What are the? I'm assuming to talk to the council.
Well, yes, the council will arrive.
Okay.
They are the council. They will be fashionably late, as always.
How
Yeah,
often
that makes sense.
is the chicken council convened?
Oh, it depends. Usually they get together for the annual potluck, but I haven't done that in a couple years due to a problem between House Biddy and House Cock. They haven't gotten along too well, so they've attempted to postpone that. But before it was a yearly event, for a meeting such as this, it's been many hundreds of years.
I am trying to understand how, and this isn't all the chickens. These are just the house, these particular houses. Not all the
Yes.
chickens in Elite.
No, of course not all the chickens. They can summon more chickens as needed, but this will just be the top 500 or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like someone would have said something about an annual chicken migration to this spot.
Oh, it's not this spot. There are 7 spots around Elyssia where the chickens can convene.
Man, what a weird history that would be. Just every year the birds migrate, but not to the same place. They migrate to a different location, but it repeats. It's
really
a
depends.
list.
The
They
Besides
just go
the
down
house,
every
the
year.
potluck.
Now, okay, I'm sorry, I'm too deep in it now. Are the house chickens, is it genetic or is it like something that a chicken can join?
Oh, of course it is genetic. The house bloods run long and deep. A house hen just wouldn't simply become a house cock because one decided to join another house. Please.
So these chickens are the okay. So what you're telling me then, what I'm hearing, is we're about to meet with the chickens who have the power to stop the other chickens from being eaten in mass, and haven't yet. These are the
Because
noble
it's
chickens.
a great honor to be assented.
Yeah, that's what you often tell people who are dying for you
I'm
to live a
literally
particular
only
life.
regaling you with
Ugh.
the history of the chickens. I don't make the rules.
You
I'm
know,
a guardian fowl.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm just I'm starting to get it now. I'm
buy the encyclopedia.
We might need to get those so we can understand this better.
I think we got them now.
But there was
all I'm saying is that these are starting to sound like aristoclux to me.
Clucks, yeah. Well,
And I don't know how much I vibe with that kind of energy, but we'll keep it going. These are your people, Sentinels. I'll just figure it out.
As you've been conversing, there are now about 100 chickens on the hill.
oh jeez.
There, you can kind of see, like, they all look very similar. I mean, you know, you got white chickens, you got gray chickens, you've got spotted-looking chickens, you got chickens of all different, like, shapes and colors,
Notice
mismatches.
There are
and
no
spots.
black chickens.
There are black
There are
chickens.
no black chickens are a part of this thing. I'm just saying we wouldn't be rolling with that.
They all just don't. They've all kind of congregated in this big mash of chickenness, and you can kind of tell some dividing lines though as they begin to separate and almost form mass cliques of large groupings of fowl. And as
Clucks.
the clucks, they've formed clucks, and as the mass
What is a
of
group of
them
chickens
turns
called?
to 200 and then 250 and then 300, you can really begin to see the magnitude of the
Block, I would imagine.
birds, the flock, that you've
or
summoned.
brood.
Or brood, the
A
brood, that
brood
you've
of
summoned.
chickens.
Brood?
One in particular flies in, and he's a little larger than the other ones. He's a grand rooster. As he lands down, Nugs goes, "Oh my, there he is! Lord Tyson of Housecock has arrived finally. The first of the great chickens to arrive."
And I will
Yes,
bow
all
my
of
head
us.
toward.
I must let you all know, since you're unaware, that these chickens are very noble and very stubborn. We must show them the utmost respect, as well as bow when the council arrives and convenes. Do I make myself clear? This is the fate of Elyssia that we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I'll bow to the big chickens when they get here.
I'm gonna elbow Dr. Watts and give him a little non-verbal. We got him.
I have never bowed to anyone, and I will not start now.
Dr. Watts, it is merely a sign of respect, nothing more. The chickens are very aware that you do not adhere to their customs. It is simply a sign that's saying that you are here and we are welcoming you.
Are they gonna bow to me?
That is a common chicken greeting. Are you unaware?
Okay.
Yes.
No,
we
yes!
haven't exactly conversed with chicken kind very much.
Oh, yes, that is true. You are not one of us. Yes. Bowing is a very... Bowing and clucking and randomly pecking at the ground are common chicken greetings that you must know. Which means, Obby, I'm going to need you to randomly peck at the ground to show your sign of respect to the chickens.
That is not something I will do. I will gladly bow. I'm not pecking the
With
ground.
Sentinel, I can't do it with Guardian Fowls. Somebody here has to do it. It's going to be you, Obby.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me
Arby.
like an hour. I can bring in a little tiny dragon and he can peck on the ground.
No, I would much rather if you did it because Lord Tyson has arrived now. He's expecting one of you to randomly peck at the ground. Look at him. He's
All right,
very
Arby,
angry.
that's all
I can
you.
see him stamp his foot.
Arby.
No,
This is all you, bro.
no,
The
Dr.
fate of
Ross, by all
Elyssia.
means, if you'd love to peck at the ground. I mean, you
Nah,
seem so
nah,
keen on
that's
someone
not you
doing
over
it.
No, you got this. I believe in you.
No, I think this is more your territory.
Nah, I don't do that. I've never done that, but I know that that's something that you could probably manage.
I mean, look at me. Look at me. I'm battered. I'm broken.
I see that.
I'm beaten. I don't know if I can even bend all the way down anymore, let alone peck the ground.
Lady Purdue of House Poultry has just flown in. If someone does not stop packing, we are going to have a serious problem on our hands.
Hey, Elise, start pecking at the ground.
Yeah, you're here too, actually.
Really
Wait.
have to? Why can't the dumb-looking guy do it?
Well, because he's infirm. That's kind of the point.
Do I have to do the chicken dance too? You just see Elise like start like she makes a little like feather arm thing and she's just like
There you go,
Excellent news. Lady Purdue and Loeb Tyson have calmed. We are under good graces now. You've done well.
You know, it's only at this moment that I'm not realizing. We're not going to be able to talk to them. Sentinel and you
Sentinel
knows maybe, but
should know the language.
we
by
have
default.
no idea what's going on. We're just here.
Yeah, no.
Your
I'm
envoys.
just here to. I'm here to support, just in case any of these chickens start feeling a little extra crispy. we'll handle it.
I would refrain.
So,
from
granted,
using
I don't
the
know what
C
we
word
can do.
around the chickens.
Oh no!
My bad.
Oh my
his bad.
goodness!
I
Now I
apologize,
feel-
Lord Tyson, for his
Oh,
horrible language.
Oh man!
We're new here.
Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. I hope I didn't like offend, like use like a really offensive term with these chickens. Like
It's not preferred. Though they will forgive you if you apologize.
I am conflicted on apology towards nobles for offending their sensibilities. So I'm gonna refrain from now. But Sentinel, if it becomes an issue, you give me the signal, and I will pretend to be sorry about it.
Doug just looks at you, Sentinel, and goes, "You have chosen your envoys quite poorly, Sentinel."
Yeah, I think we were kind of ill prepared for this.
Yeah.
Also, yes, you know, sometimes you just gotta work with what you got, and this is the best I got. So, you know, we're not the most diplomatic of people. I don't think we've made many friends among new cities and new
Yeah.
peoples.
Making enemies is very easy. Making friends is very hard.
But that's okay. We usually get the job done. So I think, you know, out of anything, we'll make this work.
We'll get
Well,
there.
fortunately for you, Her Lordship Duchess Marie and Duke Banquet have both arrived. We only are waiting on Lady Roxy, and we will begin the council.
All right. are we like gathering? Is there like a circle for? Is there some sort
Yeah,
of?
the chickens have kind of formed a circle around the tree, and the four that have arrived, the two roosters and the two hens that are there, are gathered kind of in a circle, clucking amongst each other, pecking the ground randomly, cocking their heads, just doing dumb chicken things that you'd normally see just out like in the fields.
We'll take our an open place as our house, and kind of settle there as we wait for the last house to arrive.
Sentinel, you're the one that are going to speak for this group, and essentially for all of Elyssia right now.
Yeah.
I have full faith in you, but I need to warn you. These chickens are dynamite. They will throw down, and they will hit you with powerful oratory, and they will smoke you with wise words. Are you prepared for that?
I guess as prepared as I'll ever be. I mean, like what kind of things? Like, what are they gonna,
They may ask you what the meaning of life is, and if they do that, the meaning of life is to ascend. You should all be aware of that in case you ask. It is to ascend.
Okay. Any other tips? Any other customs?
Or things to avoid?
Avoid pooping in the council.
That's a good.
Didn't
It's
intend
seen
on
as
doing
a
that in
sign
the
of
first place.
disrespect. You should hold your
Bird.
mouth until afterwards.
Bird, don't
RB.
randomly poop everywhere. I can handle that.
Yeah, didn't intend to in the first place.
I figured this group would be well equipped for that, but I wanted to make it aware that it is something that the council will hold against you if you decide to randomly poop.
This is just a candid question. Has Sentinel been pooping? This is wherever he wants this whole time.
I mean, he is a big chicken.
I don't think so, but I'll leave that up to Nick to decide.
I guess.
Just 5-pound pellets. This man is a massive chicken.
Like, how do chickens, like, is it like a regular bird where it's not really, it's like combined with,
Yeah,
with
it's like all
pee and-
watery and like
yeah.
runny. It's like bird poop for you, Sentinel.
I don't know enough about chickens to know about their pooping.
Welcome to the Elyssia stream where we have a discussion.
And I
about
also
what
don't
I'm
kind
not
of-
a chickenologist, I don't know.
type in my search
Chickenologist.
engine chicken pooping, and so I'll keep my.
Unfortunately, our resident chickenologist is not here tonight.
After another hour or so, the remaining chickens have arrived. Nugs was not wrong when she said there would be 500. There are more than you can count. Just a sea of birds scattered all over this hill. The only source that isn't covered in some sort of feather, the lone circle around the tree where the 5 great chicken leaders have gathered, each representing their house. And you, Sentinel, represent now the free people of Elyssia who need their help. You have the Sentinel. I believe in you.
All right. I will stand up to the Council of Chickens and thank them for arriving here on short notice. We, if they're not aware yet, the beckoning is upon us, and we need your help.
I don't know if any of that came through.
It didn't, but
Damn it.
No, but the sentiment is there.
yeah,
It's just a bunch of chicken noises. I wanted to make chicken noises. Damn it. Curse you, Discord, your noise canceling.
What did they say, Sentinel? What did they say?
that's what I what did
So Lord Cock is the one that is, or not Lord Cock, that's his house Cock. Lord
Yeah,
Tyson is the one
The
that
baked
has
chicken nuggets.
yes, because they are the oldest and most esteem of the chicken houses, being House Cock.
Their dino nuggets
is the one.
especially are great.
Their nuggets are really good. Is the one who is addressing you, and he welcomes you to the hill. And thanks you for gathering the council. It has been quite a while since the council has been gathered. And with a loud he asks you what you have summoned the council for.
We need an army, and out of
Sentinel,
yeah. What?
you must speak in their language. Stop using the common tongue.
Oh,
you insult
yes.
them.
I was a doctor.
You know, I was in gambling halls. I was the richest man in Elyssia not that long ago.
No,
And here I am
I'm
talking
just thinking about that. Yeah, all right.
Sentinel's quickly gonna turn around. Shut up! I'm trying to talk.
Sorry. Not trying to distract you.
The conversation between your group commences through walks and clocks and whatnot. And going forward, Sentinel, we may speak in the common tongue so that everyone is aware of what is being spoken by the council. As I believe, with the exception of Sentinel and myself, the other members here, as well as our lovely viewers, will not understand the intricate and detailed language that is the language of the chickens. So we will translate for them, which will be Nugs translating to you and to our audience.
Can't say that I've taken a class in chicken speak, so.
Nope. Don't know what that is.
Yeah, never don't know the language. Never heard any of it.
So, why have you summoned us?
We need an army.
What?
There is a large group of undead that are on their way to our cities, and we need as much help as we can get. And
why is a large number of undead our problems?
we know
They don't affect us. They don't hurt us chickens.
Is that like ever? Like when you guys fought the Beckonings? They didn't hurt you?
We fought the Beckonings years ago because our ancestors believed it to be the right and moral thing to do. However, we've become much more selfish in our time. We've determined that it's a bad idea. A lot of chickens died and did not ascend. So we've decided to just sit this one out. Nest on it, you could say.
Sentinel, if all the people die, no one can eat them, so they cannot ascend.
That's a good point. My advisor has has given me an interesting, thought-provoking statement. If the Beckonings destroy us all, then there's no way for you and your people to properly ascend.
What? No! What do you have to do with our ascension?
I mean, are you cannibals? Do you eat one another?
The chickens do not get eaten when they are ascended. They are simply taken by a blood man into a room, and then they have ascended.
Well, then there will be no more bloodmen.
Lord Tyson looks at the other four. What do you mean there'll be no more bloodmen? Why would the undead touch the bloodmen? What did the undead have to do with him?
They'll touch everyone. They don't have
We have
an
a
enemy.
system to prevent that amongst chicken kind.
And what is that?
To prevent people from being touched. It's very inappropriate.
Well,
So,
whether you like it or not, they're coming. And they're going to touch you. And the blood man.
wants to be touched by you. Your grimy, nasty, unclean fingers. Do you know how hard it is for a chicken to bathe? To clean ourselves of your filth and grime? Ugh.
Oh, do I hear this? If I hear this translated to
all
me?
it sounds to you, Dr. Watts, is a bunch of clucking, and Nugs is translating, but she's being nice about the translation. Nicer than I'm being right now.
I would like to make an inside check to see if these chickens are cool or if they're secretly noble dickheads. Because that's gonna
They're secretly noble dickheads.
as I suspected. as I suspected.
You never trust royalty, huh?
No,
So-
that is the common theme of this adventure.
Well, we still need their help, and
Yes, we do. I guess.
so, what would convince you to come to aid Elyssia?
Oh, that is a good question.
Handful of
Ladies,
corn,
gentlemen,
maybe?
what would convince us to lend them an army of
Maybe a big old bag
10,000
of grain?
chickens?
Yeah.
Just a whole silo, maybe.
Lady Purdue pipes up. Well, I've quite liked a very nice place to call home that we can all gather around and that the houses can join in. Yes, that. We would like a very large plot of land that all the chickens can join in as one sentient group of people. A spot of land carved out that we can claim our own. A kingdom of chickens that has been rightfully ours for an eternity. The promised land.
Hey, Sentinel.
Mhm.
Oh no. I don't like advocating for that. I was gonna tell him that I know of a place that could use a lot of food, but then I remember that these people are sentient, and so I'm not gonna suggest that.
Send them to their death. Just
Send them to the
there's
desert.
a huge supply of food.
Yeah.
I believe we know the right people to find you that land and to create a chicken sanctuary of sorts.
Ooh, we'd like a nice spot on a hill with a bit of elevation, overlooking the lake or an ocean, with a nice sea breeze. Maybe the sun not too bright, bit of shade. Anything else? What do you guys think? What else do you want? Ooh, that's a nice one. Yeah. Ooh, we'd also like a windmill.
What about
Alright.
liberation for the rest of the chickens living in squalor and murder? Is anyone?
You can't understand you because you're not speaking.
No, Dr. Watts. That's
I'm-
too
I'm
easy.
yelling this out as Nug is saying what they're saying.
That'd be too
Please, Dr.
simple.
Watts, calm your voice. You're going to upset them.
Upset these what? No. No, Sentinel, you keep doing your thing.
Yeah, well, we're just here. Don't mind us. We're spectators.
Yeah, you just make a deal with these disgusting noble degenerates.
Yes, whatever land that you are desiring, I'm sure we can find. There's a lot of open land in Elyssia, and if we're looking for specific areas, then we'll find you a spot.
We would also like the kingdoms and lords of Elyssia to recognize the Council of Chickens as a governing body for their people. During the beckonings, nobody did, and we kind of just went about our days not with any recognition. Do you know how many chickens died during your last beckonings that we fought? A lot of chickens died, and when we die, we don't descend, and your souls are damned for eternity.
That one's gonna be a lot harder to convince.
How about they start telling people that they're sentient? Why don't we start there?
Well,
Because most people don't know this.
I mean, if you walked up to somebody right now, Dr. Watson, said, "Hey, that chicken right there, it has its own thoughts and feelings and it's sentient," do you think they would look at you like you're speaking true fact?
Yeah, like I'm crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, because when they would look at a chicken and the chicken doesn't say nothing, then I'd be crazy. But if these chickens can reason, they can write. The fact that they don't know common and are surrounded by common every day shows you that they do not care. Their entire society is backwards and it is throwing me for a loop.
There might need to be some compromises on getting them recognized. They might need to learn common first.
They're telling people that they're thinking rational creatures. Rational being a very loose term currently.
For these ones specifically. We don't know the other chickens.
yes.
They might be more rational.
So I'll Dr. Watts. I understand this is a big ask, and do you think that we have enough connections, or that there's even a possibility
to get them recognized as a governing body in Elyssia? We
you're
own an
asking
inn, Sentinel.
me.
We
You're
are
asking
innkeepers
me.
in high water.
Have chickens, Sentinel. I'm gonna stop you. You're asking me if I can find a way for random ass chickens that don't speak common to walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey, can you give them a large plot of land and also a governing body in the world government political stage?" That's what you think I can do that?
Just to start the conversation.
We have a free clinic underneath an inn covered in grilled cheese, cats, and orphans across the street from a pizza shop. Who do you think I am?
You got a brother who's pretty, high.
He is the pontiff.
Oh my god, I just forgot about
there.
Actually, now that we say that, we are just lowly innkeepers. Having relations with the pontiff might actually be enough of a sway.
I hate that that's a very rational and logical thing to say at this moment.
Yeah, we'll have to have, the entire church rework some of their structure to make sure that chickens are deemed sentient beings and start teaching that, but that isn't impossible.
It's okay. All right. Sentinel, you can tell the Council of Chicken. You can tell the Council of Chicken.
Chicken.
I'm here.
Yep.
That
this is real.
We have relations with the pontiff, and if there is if there's help being offered and significant changes into how chicken society is run and expressed across the world, then we can have a talk about a sovereign chicken nation, but not before.
Okay. I think I can do that.
Yeah.
I turn back towards the group and I let them know.
What a conversation.
We have a relationship with the pontiff, and he'll have some sway as to whether or not you and your houses will be recognized across Elyssia as a group of people in a kingdom. There may be some stipulations along the way. I can't guarantee you that it will be a quick process, but what I can guarantee is that if you join us in this fight, it will go a long way to showing the people of Elyssia that you guys deserve the respect that you command with your honor in battle.
Well, the fact that the pontiff is a pretty big deal. I mean, the council here, we're not really familiar with the new pontiff, but the old guy, well, he was kind of bad too, but the guy before him was a pretty decent dude, little, I peck your back, you peck my back. You think we could get canonized as like saints or something?
Yeah, Dr. Watts, you think we could become canonized as saints in the lore of their religion?
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get Nugs is relaying this to Sentinel, and Sentinel's. Are you looking at me to answer this question?
No, Sentinel understands the language. Nugs is relaying it to you guys, so you know what's going on.
She's looking at both of us, so we know what's being said. She's our translator.
Okay. Do we even have saints in this religion? I've never heard of it. Okay.
That's a good point.
This is
maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. No.
I mean, there's like the champion, so I guess they want to have their own champion.
Have a champion?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, we'll say this. Tell them this, Sentinel. Yeah, tell them this, Sentinel. However you want to spin it, that's up to you. These are your people, I guess.
Apparently.
If they want to have a fancy made-up title from my brother, I know that he is more than happy to just give out bullshit titles. He does it to himself all the time. So however you want to spin that to them, I don't care. Getting canonized in a religion that we know for a fact is not true is the easiest sell for me. So if that's what they want, that's fine. So you just relay that in your version of things,
Your
and we'll just
nicer way of saying it.
All right. I turn back around and let them know. We believe there will be a specific honorific given to just the highest of our kind to recognize their valiant efforts for Elyssia, and so sainthood is right at your fingertips if you join us in this battle.
So, do you think we can get a tapestry depicting our amazing victory too?
So, Lord Tyson, I don't want to belittle your asks. We would love to do whatever we can to honor, to help you understand or feel honored in the way that you feel like you should be, with sacrificing many of the lives of your people. I can't go into this knowing that I'm not asking you for some of you to die, and that is a tough decision for anyone. But I ask that I know you could ask for a million asks, and we will do whatever we can to fulfill them. But what I am begging you and pleading you for is for your help in this moment to save the people of Elyssia.
Okay, the tapestry is a bit much. We get it. It's a little out there. Sainthood, a nation, a governing, recognized body, doable. Tapestry, that's over the line.
If you want to make your own tapestry and hang it among your kingdom and your new land.
Have you tried to sew with claws? It's very difficult.
Yeah, there are a few things that are tough, but I'm sure you could hire some people from a local guild to sew up some tapestries for you, and you can hang those on your walls.
But I will only make one final request of the people of Elyssia. The last one, and then we will convene and determine if we are going to help you or not. We'd like a brunch. A brunch for all of chickenkind, filled with millet and steak and eggs. All you can eat brunch.
Is this like
eggs? Eggs? No. Say Nugs. You said eggs, Nugs.
Right? Yeah, you said
for
eggs.
Brunch?
I did. Yes, that is the rough translation.
They want steak and eggs.
Yes.
What kind of
That's
eggs?
what he
It
said.
could be duck
So they
eggs.
want cow and
No.
chicken.
No. That doesn't make it better. That doesn't make the Vengeance Duck eggs doesn't make it better. I'm gonna need some elaboration on that.
Can we clarify what kind of egg they want?
Expeditiously.
Sentinel, you'd have to ask them what type of egg they would want.
I swear to you,
yeah,
if they
what-
say chicken.
I mean, you got to think about it. We as humans drink breast milk when we are babies, and so that is.
I want you to stop right now.
That is not
I want you to
comparable.
stop right now.
That is not
and
comparable.
understand-
Those are different things.
It is severely different things. What they are asking for is, let me give you the human equivalent. I would like a brunch where we have maybe another sentient race of people that we don't know that are sentient, and the menstruation remains of the females of our species. And I need somebody to clarify that for me.
Yeah, that is what they are asking.
Please. Because that is a lot. That is a lot.
Okay. Lord Tyson.
Yes.
Just I know we are not usually around your culture, and there are many customs we don't quite understand. And so if you would be so gracious as to my advisors have a question and would like to know why eggs and what kind of eggs.
Why eggs? Because eggs are a delicacy, that is why. And what do you mean, what kind of eggs? The eggs that you people lay. All of you. Your eggs. We want to eat those.
Like human and
yes, the human and the elves, the eggs that they lay. We'd
elves.
like to eat those.
So it's
The
some,
unfertilized ones, of course.
at what point
Oh,
do
no.
we? At what point do we?
So they
tell them that's not we don't lay eggs.
These people want to be a governing body in a world that they fundamentally don't understand.
Yes, yes, that is exactly what has happened.
We'll have to do, like a test or something, an educational class on the history of Elyssia and the people. Yeah, before. Yeah, you gotta have a license for a kingdom, before you run one.
I just feel like they don't understand the implications that will come about of people finding out that every chicken in Elyssia is sentient. I don't think they're thinking about it.
No, I don't think they are either.
Yeah. We can all go through that. It's not like we will flip a light switch and then the kingdom will come. It'll be a process, but we can all figure that out. We just need an army. So
won't be able to have
give us your eggs for brunch.
There's gonna be no eggs if everyone's dead.
I mean, do they know what human eggs like?
Okay, Sentinel. I don't know if you know.
Clearly not.
That's not a thing.
No.
I'm just gonna let you know this, but it's not a thing.
Okay, well,
we don't eat those.
We could give them any eggs.
Yeah, we don't
just say that they're human eggs.
Sentinel.
I
love.
Another.
I really love that your first instinct is to lie to these people. I love that, and I feel that it shows growth. That being said, I feel like lying to them after generations of massacring them might not be the best way to start political relations.
That's a good thought. That's a good thought. I'm just very eager to make a deal. Try to get this. The whole world is on our shoulders.
This is a big order.
Okay.
It very much is.
All right. Lord Tyson, I want you to know we don't lay eggs.
What? You lie.
Most people groups within Elyssia, in fact, all of them, do not lay eggs.
Maybe not the lizardy ones, but...
Well, yeah.
Or dragons.
Well,
those don't really exist anymore.
So,
I guess the Draco can do. Maybe they lay it. I don't know. I don't
There's a lot of anatomy questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I
don't know how
they
give birth.
Yeah. But I will say, no human. There are no elf eggs, unfortunately. But I can give you. We will find the richest of delicacies
Fish eggs.
from.
We want fish eggs then.
Oh, fish eggs, perfect. We can give you caviar. We can, the finest of our shores. I know, some some beautiful ports in Elyssia that would have some very fine fish eggs for you all.
We want the steak to be a good cut too, none of that bullshit round steak. We want Wagyu beef for our brunch.
Yeah, just the beef will have names and will be fed.
I want to watch the cow die.
Well, that's all right.
That's asking a bit much.
Yeah.
All right, what group of people are we working with here? All right.
Honestly.
I feel like I've been very patient for me.
Yes.
I would like that to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
I would like that to be acknowledged.
Oh, yeah.
This is now a murderous group of aristocratic
Chicken.
fowl
Yeah.
that are demanding the unfertilized matter of other beings to consume. I just,
Hands
Yeah,
to watch
you
the
know,
cows die before
and
they are
want to
served.
watch the cows die. Maybe is there another house? Are they all in agreement?
They're all kind of just letting Lord Tyson talk right now. They're all just kind of like, yup.
Classic aristocrat.
Is this the
Birds of a
army we
feather
want?
stick together, as they say.
Is this the army we want? Sentinel, okay. You're the guardian fowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're like the last one, right?
Well, I mean, like Nugs, but yes, the most recent.
Nug is not alive.
Yeah, she's not. We know this, Sentinel.
Oh yeah,
She's dead.
yeah.
You were the only living
You know,
guardian fowl. No offense.
Do you command any sort of authority? Couldn't you? All this negotiation's cool and all, and you know me, I'm not necessarily in for the despot route, but isn't there a honor code that causes all the chickens to fall in line when a guardian fowl says, "Hey, we need to do X, Y, Z"?
I guess I'll turn to Nugs.
Yeah.
And now, what is our
No.
relationship with the Council of Chickens?
I mean, the chickens listen to us, and they believe that, we're of authority of the goddess, but, they kind of do their own thing. They're kind of assholes, if you've noticed.
No, really. Never
Yes,
would have
really.
guessed.
Very assholey.
Yeah. No, I thought they were
Clearly.
quite swell, actually.
That's why the guardian fowls don't usually talk to them. They're kind of insufferable.
Do you really
All
do
right.
This is
keep
what they
looking?
want. This is what they wanted during the first beckoning. We told them we were going to give them a brunch, and the brunch never happened because then the chickens started to kill each other once they wanted to know who was going to get to eat the Wagyu beef.
Let's see.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna throw this out here. I'm very conflicted because what you've told me, Nugs, is that there was a group of sentient beings who fought for the protection of everybody else, not themselves.
Hot, very hot.
We're promised 40 acres and a brunch.
Just the
and
brunch.
we're
They
not
didn't ask for
given
the
that.
land back then.
I'm just saying they were not given what they fought and died for, and instead people slaughtered them by the thousands casually for food while not acknowledging their sentience.
So that tracks. That tracks.
I can understand why they're not particularly keen to help at this moment.
I think the bot exploded.
Yeah, the bot is really struggling right now. Oh my
I'm
god.
hearing a lot
It
of
just
right
keeps
now.
spamming into the
I
chat
heard
that
it.
it's
It was
trying to play
going.
the
It
song.
was like.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there
we
we
go.
go.
Oh,
yeah.
there it is.
Just took a second.
It just
We
couldn't
did.
find it, I guess. I don't know. That's weird. It just decided
Said
to
no, yeah,
drop
I
like
don't-
15 messages in the chat for that. Nice.
No, I think that you have to figure this out. You have to figure out a way to make this right.
All right.
Yeah, this is all on you, Sentinel. It's your big moment to tell these
Right.
chickens how they should join us.
You're holding a lot of
Yeah.
stuff right now. These chickens clearly are not good, but they've been clearly wronged. And I feel like something needs to be done.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go back before Lord Tyson and the rest of the Chicken Council, and say, each of you, you have had family after family that have known the history of this land. Generations after generations know what has gone into the beckoning before and what we're asking you today. I know that there aren't many reasons for you to join us for this battle, and many reasons why you shouldn't. And why you shouldn't trust us, even if we offer you everything that we can to pay you back for what you and your ancestors have given over time. So, once again, I and my house, our house here, will do whatever we can to make that right for you and to advocate on your behalf to the people of Elyssia to understand that history and to want to give you back what you deserve and what you sacrificed. So with that, whether it be a brunch or anything like that, that you want or feel like you've missed out on, we would love to do that. But we ask you that this is a new Elyssia. This is a new group. And this isn't just a... And this is a lot coming from a group that's very murderous. And not all of us. As I hear Dr. Watts already
in the back. No.
But we understand the moral quandaries of all of this, and are still figuring that out. But what we want you to know is that we want you to join us on this new Elyssia, that we can turn from our own selfish ways and build a better place for us all. But we need to make sure that there is a place for us all. And if you don't come and help us, then there won't be one at all for any of us to figure out what it means to live all together in this land. So we all ask you one last time, will you join us?
The council has heard your words, Guardian Fowl. We will convene and discuss and return with our answer at a 4 o'clock.
We thank you for your time.
How long was that now?
4 o'clocks. Yeah. It has changed over the years. Originally, a 4 o'clock was a year and a half.
Huh?
Now it could be 30 minutes. It certainly depends on what they feel at the moment.
Hopefully it's closer to the 30 minutes.
I hope so too. But now we must just wait until Lord Tyson, Lady Purdue, and the others have given us their answer. Excellent job, Sentinel. You really hit them hard, all of you. You showed them great dignity and honor, and some excellent points raised, some good hard negotiating.
Well, I thank you too.
At least this time they did not ask for a beautiful woman to join their flock.
No, all right.
Yeah, I don't think that would go.
I feel like this is a problem. I feel like this is a bigger problem than anyone has realized.
Yeah.
And I feel wholly unprepared to be thrust in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Well, we were
Not
wholly
exactly a good
unprepared to
authority.
run an inn. We were wholly unprepared to find all of the pieces to try to stop this beckoning.
We're wholly unprepared for just
we have
Nebraska in general.
I wanted to say this. I don't know about Arby over here because I just met him. But did we do this? I don't know if anyone's had this conversation yet, and I wanted to talk to you, Sentinel, specifically, and I guess you too, Arby. Since you have Darby's memories.
If we created the sentient
Did we do this? No, did we create... Nebraska was not getting out. Nebraska was not getting out. Like, he was... We scoured multiple dimensions to get a thing that led to this dude getting out. That gnome, or the halfling guy, they got his face blown off, and, like, everything that's happening after that is a direct result of us going to that place and letting this dude out.
Well, I mean, we kind of knew Xanthor wanted to do something like this too. He wanted to find whatever the map was. Would he have gotten there? We don't know. But he would have at least tried, and if he succeeded, then this would all be happening anyways.
Now we have Xanthro and this guy running around. We haven't even seen Xanthro in like
Forever.
a port club.
Who knows how long that's been?
We may. I don't know.
In a way, yeah, we are somewhat directly responsible for the resurrection of Nebraska, but it does also feel like it may have just been a matter of time, and we just happened to be the unlucky sort to do it.
Well, if it truly was inevitable,
someone else may have, even if not under the guise of saving the world from beckonings.
We'll just be tasked with ending it from now on.
It is our mistake to.
I'm just wondering how many times we're gonna run in thinking we're saving everybody, and now we've unleashed a horde of sentient chicken people that want to eat and watch death. Like I'm just starting to think that we keep going from one horrible thing to the next horrible thing.
Yeah. Necessary evils and all that. I don't know how to cope with that quite yet. Seems like we're going in a direction, but I don't know if that direction has always been great. But hopefully, at the end of it, we'll see a light.
Okay. Then no, I mean, I guess we can work on that.
It's not like we could stop now after all of this.
Very true. At this point, we have something we have to deal with.
Yeah.
Regardless. But
whether it's our fault or not, it kind of has to be stopped regardless. And so far, we seem to be the only ones equipped to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's also seems strange. And I feel like we should. I feel like it does say something about how things are run. We should have a bigger conversation about that.
Yeah, you would think that several large cities in all of Elyssia, at least there would be some organization of how to handle this. It's been done before. How
power. It's power. It's status. Even these chickens. That's the first thing they wanted. They didn't think about.
And they wanted their 40 acres, a windmill, and brunch.
Yeah, they didn't think they're people. They didn't think about the thousands of chickens dying and or living in squalor. They didn't think about any of that. They just wanted a station and a brunch. And I think a lot of these people, my brother included, are chasing station and chasing power, and it led to this slipping right from between everyone's fingers. I mean, Xanthro was just a guy, but this could have happened anytime, and there's no system to stop it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
starting to feel
from
iffy
our
about these.
first town where, our group first got together in Bridgetown, there's warring between, the poor and the rich. There's, a high water corrupted with power in our religious centers. Towns run by capitalist groups of mobs and mafia members. There's room for a new Elyssia. It seems like it permeates here in every town, whether small or big. And so maybe this is a chance to start a new accountability across all, and get our leadership in right standing.
I agree. It doesn't say a lot when the best place we've found was run by a disco vampire.
That is very true.
Yeah.
It's the Bee Gees. It's the power of the Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really
maybe he's got a point. Maybe there's something that we should have gone back and checked it on. Because they seemed happy
Well, they know what they're
and
doing over there.
respected over there.
I mean, and technology. I mean, rockets were being built.
got the
there's
whole-
theme park ride into
Yeah,
the
they had their
castle.
whole
Yeah.
ride to the
Yeah.
castle to meet him. Like, they got it down. Maybe we
I'm
should
not gonna
full
lie.
invite him.
I did like that theme park ride a lot.
that is true.
All right. Well, what do these chickens have to say?
Well, they're still deliberating right now. It's a 4 o'clock. I mean, it's gonna take some time.
So,
So we just kind of make camp, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess I'm trying to think of anything else we could do. Ooh, I'm gonna go to Nugs. Honestly, Nugs.
Yes.
How did Sentinel get everybody here? I saw him do something with a tree.
oh yeah. There's a weird sound.
It's the summoning home of Cluckington, Lord Cluckington, of House Hen. He is the greatest of all chicken warriors of House Hen, and it is said in legend that he set the mighty horn within the tree stump, and any who blows within it will summon all of chicken kind, which is what happened.
So there's a.
Or just the
horn.
house chickens.
Wait, what was
Not
that?
all chickens.
Well, yes,
Not
just
all
that
of
great-
chicken kind. Just
Just
the
the
house.
great houses, but they represent all of chicken kind, so I think that was their idea with it evening out.
Can all of the chickens hear this?
Yes, oh yes, by far, through all of Elyssia. Every chicken is aware now that the Council of Chickens has been summoned and is convening over some thing right now.
And does each of these 7 hills that you spoke of have one of these horns?
Yes,
We could use that as a warning system. Because I heard it, we heard it, right?
everyone,
didn't know what it
probably
meant,
all of
but we
Elyssia
heard
heard the
it.
mighty caca. Each horn sounds
We could
different.
use it as like with waves coming into certain spots. If we could find ways to blow the horns or find ways for people to use it, it could be an early warning system for communities for evacuation.
You'd have to convince the chickens, but if they would be willing to assist you with that, then yes, it could be.
I'm just thinking of all those people outside of the gate.
Yeah.
And if they, like, if they don't know that a horde is coming, and we have chickens that can hear it and know what it is, and apparently are smart enough to understand language, maybe we could start having an advanced warning system and getting people out of places that hordes are coming to. We can minimize casualties.
Yeah, it's just something to ask the council when they come back from their convening, but I believe it to be a good idea. You would just need a chicken to blow into the horn.
Any chicken or a guardian fowl?
Well, it is made for a guardian fowl, but any chicken of proper stature would be able to blow into it. They just need a large enough beak. Though, a beak-like prosthetic may work.
That would also
That
require
is
us
something
to
I could
see
do.
the horn, though.
Yes,
Really?
the horn is only physically present to those with chicken magic, which Sentinel and I possess, and the chickens obviously possess, but you, human and elven folk, would not possess. You just have this bog standard rote sort of magic, not the superior chicken kind of magic, as the chickens would put it.
Yeah, of course.
But you can draw it. You could draw what it looks like, or you can write it down.
How the chicken magic would work? I
No,
believe
like
I
what the
could
horn looks
possibly. I believe I could possibly etch down an incantation that someone who doesn't or is very unaware of how the language works could possibly recite to make the horn visible.
I meant just like, make it visible and tangible.
Yes, it would be an incantation that could be usable. You just need to get the syllables and the enunciation properly. The chicken speak is very hard on its enunciations. If you mess up even a little bit, it can completely change the meaning of a sentence.
Of course.
Grammar rules are just right out.
Could you say what it sounds like? Like, can you say the incantation for me?
Yeah, Nud chirps and walks a few times, and it just sounds like random chicken gibberish. I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted right now.
I take that and I make a recording of it with my magical tinkering, my last magical tinkering thing. And if I play it back, one second. Yeah, I will like play it back. Will it like invoke the magic?
After you play it back, the horn becomes tangible for just a brief moment.
Ah, cool. Well, then, in that case, I can make a... I mean, it might take a minute, but I can make a mold or something, and I can work on a beak prosthetic that people could use to blow into these horns for, like, early morning systems.
Nice.
Sounds like a plan.
It won't happen today, but, like, we can make it work.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you have some time before the council convenes again, so you may use it as you wish.
Cool. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm trying to think what I would have to do that with, but I have alchemist tools, and I can just make tools. It takes an hour, but yeah, I can scientifically create one set of artisan's tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of me. And it takes an hour.
Okay. Jamie,
so I can like make a mold.
artisan tools.
Yes, I will MacGyver the artisan's tool to make a mold, a prosthetic beak mold, so that anybody could put it on and blow into this horn. They'll have to say the incantation, but it would allow them to blow into the horn. That's what I'm doing while the chickens are convening.
So Dr. Watts is working on that. Sentinel and Darby, what are your plans during the downtime while the chickens discuss their plan of action?
I don't particularly have any plans, though just seemingly randomly at some point during the hour that Jamie's doing his whole thing and while they're convening, Arby just looks like really delirious for a moment and kind of just like shakes it off, not really knowing what just happened, but he'll kind of can't really comment on what's going on with Darby anymore for a little bit.
Okay. And you, Sentinel.
I guess I'll continue to ask Nugs about any sort of chicken history, guardian fowl history that she would
The 17 encyclopedias.
Yeah. You know, I don't get many chances to be around.
I could regale you with the great tales of the Battle of Blockington.
Yeah.
Oh, there was quite the ferocious fight between House Rooster and House Biddy. Oh, they were fighting over a single coop constructed for them by their humans. House Rooster decided that the coop was to be theirs. House Biddy, being the newest and freshest of houses, thought that they should lay claim to it. They fought for 6 years over the coop, barking and squawking at each other, destroying each other's eggs, setting fire to another coop, executing their leaders through beheading. And then it became that House Rooster believed that their leaders were going too far, so the entire populace rose up against them and executed all of them. And then the war was settled when they gave House Biddy the coup.
All of this over a chicken coop.
It's a very nice chicken coop.
I'm sure
It
it
had
is.
2 doors instead of 1.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You don't
Like
see
Game
that
of
they
Thoops,
don't-
like, so many people die.
Man, hundreds of people died
Oh,
so they could have
man.
a double door.
Wow. Just
Farmer Jackson was so confused when he went out to the coop and just saw hundreds of dead chickens laid around it, disemboweled from beak wounds.
you said years. You said this is my first
6 years
years.
battle, yes, for this chicken coop.
This farmer didn't notice.
Well, he probably just assumed it was some animal coming in and killing all the chickens.
That's so funny to me. It reminds me of back at the barnyard, like on Nickelodeon, where the farmer doesn't know that there's a war going on outside.
And there's just all these animals partying, hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah.
Hanging out and genociding each other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. This chicken's my favorite. The chicken history. This is Matt talking. The chicken history of this world is probably so far one of my favorite parts.
I'm glad.
It is genuinely every time it gets funnier and funnier.
Good, I'm glad.
You
I
know-
said before the game started, I think I was talking to Nick about the previous session, and Brennan can insert this. Like, it was really dark, and there was all this, like, really gory
Oh, yeah.
stuff and, like, horrible stuff. I'm like, in this session, you're talking to chicken.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking to chicken.
We're talking to a bunch
It's
of
chicken
chickens.
dark.
You know, now that I'm thinking
Oh,
about it, people have the ability to talk to animals.
Yes.
do.
We've seen Prince Safarin do it. We know people can talk to animals. I think Darian may have at least once.
No
How do
one's
they
talked to a
not
chicken
know?
before.
They
No
could
one's
just
talked.
talk to the chicken.
I like the idea that Prince, like, it's the more we learn about this world, the less crazy Prince Safarin seems,
Yeah.
and the more ignorant everybody else seems. He's just like, oh yeah, just talk to chickens, it'd be cool. Like, he'll tell us what's going on. Like, he knows all this stuff already. He just assumes everybody else does too.
Oh, man.
Oh man, I love it. Shout out to Prince Safarin.
Yeah, shout out
Out
to
there.
Prince Safarin.
Um,
Ahead of his
Anywho.
time, really.
yes.
Very ahead of his time.
So as you guys are speaking, and Jamie, you're working on the prosthetic. Darby, you've kind of conked out for a little bit, or Arby, excuse me, conked out for a little bit there, and something you've been regaled about the Battle of Balkington, the 6-year conflict for a chicken coop. The Council of Chickens emerges back to the circle. It's been about 8 hours.
Oh my god.
Well, I've
Wow.
definitely finished the thing.
Yep, you now have a chicken beak prosthetic, Dr. Watts. It can fit any medium-sized man or woman.
Any place. Well, it's small too. I created I had 8 hours. I only need an hour. So like I created a little extra bit that you can adjust to fit
An
most.
attachment that adjusts.
Is that just the size of
Quality
the
of
You
life
just dial it in. You dial it in to your face. It can't fit tiny creatures, but it could do small to maybe like a Goliath face person.
Ruma, you'd have to test it on him.
Yeah, like a Ruma
You'd
face.
have to get Ruma to come out here and wear it.
The Sentinel, the chickens wait for you to approach.
Yeah. So I stand up from our area and head towards the center of the circle, and yeah, relay the floor to Lord Tyson.
Lord Tyson stands above all the other chickens who bow to him, and he speaks for all of Chickendom. He says, "The Council of Chickens is liberated, taking your words and peace offerings to obtain our forces to attack the undead that threaten you. We have decided, the 5 of us, we good. We were thinking, the land and the brunch sounds really nice, but yeah, nah, we good."
You understand this stake. At this point, Sentinel has gone into like his raged form. So is now no longer
Bolts up.
Yeah. And so changed form, magic, that kind of blue aura radiating from him, and just exclaims, "You understand the stakes of your people and of this land. There will be no more chicken kind if this war isn't waged."
Well, yeah, but who says the undead won't help us ascend, too?
You're prepared to ascend as a whole people.
What do you mean by that? No, certain chickens are picked to ascend, and then they ascend.
There is no picking. The undead will choose all of you.
That sounds great.
You're sending them on the wrong side of the argument here.
Sentinel.
Do I tell that there is no ascension?
Sentinel. It's time.
Yeah,
With the
so.
Band-Aid off.
Yeah, I think
All
it's
right.
time. I think you need to tell them what actually happens when they ascend.
A lot. Channel your inner Dr. Jamie Watts and shatter the illusion of their religion, please.
It's time. Show them the real world.
I name each house by name and tell them there is no ascension.
Blasphemy!
You are but mere food to the people of Elyssia.
Says who? Prove it.
The blood man is just a butcher, a man who butchers cows and fish and all of that to
Make news.
serve in a ask anyone. Elite, like I point to Elise Nugs. Well, I mean, can they see Nugs?
Yeah, Nugs isn't
Yeah.
corporeal. She's
Yeah.
she's there.
She is there.
A zombie. She's a zombie. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Like you can walk into any town and look at any local market, and you will find your legs, your wings, your parts of you, on carts. It is just being sold for mere copper, and
That is a lie. Those are amazing chicken-like substitutes made of whole grain vegetables.
No, I admire their
Oh
tenacity
my gosh.
on that.
The impossible chicken.
Okay.
It's
Can-
tofu substitutes.
Sentinel.
yeah.
Are you cool with a little bit of telephone?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something, and then maybe you relay.
Okay.
Ask the other chickens if they are willing, if they believe what these 5 chickens have to say.
Yeah. Okay. So I address not Lord Tyson, but I address all chicken kind, all of the houses,
Yep.
and tell them, are you willing to ascend for these 5 people that decide your fate? Are you willing to die and trust what they are saying is true?
Well, that's what they've always told us is true.
No, if they're the best chickens, why haven't they ascended yet?
If you yourself are among the best of all chicken kind, why haven't you been chosen to ascend? Why have your mere fellow chickens, your average Joe in small town Pleasantwater, they've ascended and you have not? Why are you here and not them?
Because we help other chickens ascend first, and then we ascend.
Do you truly believe what you're saying, or are you just making excuses?
I am a chicken.
Exactly, and you admit it. You are just a chicken. There is no ascension. There is no promised land. There is no great chicken sanctuary in the sky.
So you're trying to
If
tell
there
us
was
that
a garden,
when we ascend, we just get eaten, we go in your bellies?
And that's it.
Fuck that! That sounds terrible.
Exactly.
and the only way to stop it is to be perceived as thinking, rational beings, and you can't do that in a world full of undead.
It's true.
It is very true.
You yourselves, if you want to be recognized as a group, for the sentient group that you are, that we know you are, that as thinking rational beings, in order for you to be accepted in this land, the rest of what Jamie said.
The rest of what Jamie.
To be seen as a rational thinking being, I'm a chicken, goddammit! I'm a smart lad!
Absolutely.
I'm a chicken too! And I didn't come out an egg and do chicken things to put in people's stomachs. I do chicken things because I'm a goddamn chicken! And that's what goddamn chickens do!
And we're gonna
Tell them to seize the means of production.
Yeah.
Overthrow their
You can
rulers.
make money off of this. You guys control the chicken economy and the consumption of chicken within all of Elyssia. It is up to you, not these 5 individuals, as to what your future is. And then Sentinel's gonna start a chant, I am a chicken too. I am a chicken too.
I'm a chicken too!
It is.
I'm a chicken. They all just start chanting, and the one that kind of was talking originally was like, and then we're gonna kill all the undead and take back what's rightfully chicken kind.
Yes.
And then we're gonna kill all the humans. Fuck them till they're dead.
No. Just one random chicken in the back corner, just in the silence, yells that out. No, not him.
That's. I understand the sentiment, and it's not unfair.
No, it's really not. They're not wrong to want to do
Although
that.
there has been horrendous genocide of your people, I don't think
kill
that's the
everyone.
solution. To kill everyone, because we are trying to literally stop that. And so I asked the people, and not Lord Tyson, are you with us?
Hey.
what was that?
All right, fine. We'll give you your 200,000 strong. How's that sound?
Yes, absolutely. Meet us.
We still
Is there
want
a
lunch,
spot
though.
where we're trying to get them to to go?
Where's the battle taking place?
I mean, the first fight should probably be Pragla, right?
Yeah, well, that's where they're coming.
And do we know
If we lose,
how
unfortunately,
long?
if we lose the seat of Pragla, we lose most of the military conversation because isn't that where the king lives?
Yes.
So Pragla.
Yeah,
Okay.
Highwater and Igrith both have their own military, but Highwater is like a religious military, so it's not super big nor like strong. And Igrith is literally run by a bunch of capitalist companies, so you can see how far that'll take you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, then yeah. I mean, maybe we say high water. A bunch of chickens in high water. I'm trying to think of where we're staging this fight.
And
I mean,
the
like,
armies are coming and attacking Pragla, the undead army.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We know
Okay,
Braska's
right.
coming to Pragla the wage. Begin the wage.
Yeah.
So, have they like crossed Bridgetown? Like, are they going through like the water? Where are they coming from?
You
are they
guys,
coming
you guys are basically right here, so they're
Yeah.
just gonna fly in. These chickens will just fly in where you tell
No,
them
no,
to fly.
the undead.
Oh, that you have no idea.
Okay.
Braska's bringing them from somewhere.
We're kind of just
So
surrounding Pragla with our army.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is like immediate?
It'll take a few hours to get everyone down and around, but you'll have your 200,000 within a day or two.
All right.
That's all we need, really.
By tomorrow morning, let us guard Pragla for the last of all kind.
Everyone, chickens of all, including our guests, please join us in a celebratory squawk of victory and unity. Squawk!
Squawk.
You didn't do it.
Squawk.
Yeah. Dr. Watts?
Squawk.
Squawk.
There you go, Doug.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
And you have successfully recruited your chicken army.
We
You solved
did
my
it.
chicken puzzle.
We did the chicken
Yeah.
puzzle.
The chicken reparation puzzle.
The chicken reparation puzzle.
Yeah.
Well, with the chicken reparation puzzle, the undead armies are going to have another thing coming to them. But
Yeah, they
we'll
got,
go ahead and end
What,
tonight's session, I think, a
200,000
little
chickens
early.
coming?
A little early as Sentinel, Jamie, Arby, Nugs, and Elise and their 200,000 chicken strong ride to Pragla or fly to Pragla, depending on which of those you are, to fight an entire undead horde.
I love it.
Big
I just
old
love
chicken
that we
army.
have created the Horn of Gondor and have summoned the tree ants to.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was going.
We have the chickens.
You have the chicken.
We have the chicken. The
Join,
chickens are.
join us next week for the next part of the castle team, and these guys will be back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
More death, despair, and death.
Yes, more death and despair and terribleness, and then
Well,
we'll
death,
get more
despair, and
chickens
undeath.
though.
And
Yeah.
they give more chickens. It's a fun time.
Yeah, it's
Then
the
we get
fun.
more goofy chickens.
This
Doing
is the
it right.
Barbie Oppenheimer of the Elite.
It really
universe.
is, actually. Alright. That seems like a good plan.